Hello students, welcome back to another lecture of rational and irrational number. In this lecture, we are going to understand that what kind of questions we will get in the case of decimal expansion of the numbers. Now let us discuss that part. In this particular question that is given to you, the question says that express the number in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers. Now, first thing is to understand that whatever question that we have considered, the questions are recurring. All the questions are recurring numbers. Now, a recurring number means what? The recurring number means that it is going to repeat itself. So, let us start with the first one. Let us start with the solution of the first one. In this particular case, we can represent the recurring number in this form. Because in this particular case, the recurring sign is present on top of 3. So we can say that this 3 repeats itself. So we will get this number. Let us consider this to be x. So what we are doing, we are basically considering the value to be x over here. And we take this one to be equation 1. Now the steps that we are going to see in the first example, the same step we are going to see in the second and third example also. Now the steps are same. The only thing is to observe that there are differences. The difference is we are having one number in the recurring form. We are having two numbers in the recurring form, and we will discuss about this one also. We will discuss this at the end of the lecture. So keep watching over here. Now in this particular case, we are having x and we are considering that value of x to be 0.3333 and so on. Now let me multiply this entire thing with 10. So let us multiply this by 10. So we are getting 10x over here. Now this 10x is equals to 3.3333 and so on. Let us consider this to be equation number 2. So we are getting two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. In that both the equation, we are basically having the decimal part to be same. Now few of you might have a question, sir, we have already multiplied this first equation by 10, so we should have 1 less 3 over here, because 1 3 has already gone in the front. That means it has gone before the decimal place. But let me remind you, this is a recurring decimal. Recurring decimal means it keeps on going till infinity. That means how many 3's are there, we don't know. It is infinite. So even if we multiply it by 10, and even if we just take 1 3 at the beginning of the decimal or before the decimal place, then also the total number of 3 present after the decimal we cannot figure out. So that is why we consider that the total number of 3's present after decimal would be identical to be with the total number of 3 present in the first case. Now in this, we are basically subtracting equation 1, equation 2 and 1. That means we are subtracting 1 from equation 2. Let me change this one to be A, because you might have a confusion. Let me change this part to be A, B and C. This one to be B and this one to be C. So it will avoid confusion. That means this is the first question. Now in this case, we are subtracting second equation and the first equation. So 10 minus x will give you 9x. But in this particular case, if we subtract, see the decimal part in both the cases are same. So the decimal part will subtract itself and we are basically getting 3 minus 0. So 3 minus 0 will give you 3. Now we can represent this as 3 by 9, which will give you 1 by 3. So this recurring number is equals to 1 by 3 in this case. I hope you understood this one. Let us start with the next question, that means the question number B over here. Now let us start with the second part, that means 0.47. In this particular case, again we are going to represent this recurring number in the expanded form. That means we are writing this as 0.474747 because 47 is the number that is repeating itself. So we are basically considering this to be x. As we have already discussed this part in the first example, we are considering this one to be equation 1. Then what was the next step? In the previous example, we multiplied this by 10. Why? Because there is only one recurring number, but in this example we have two recurring numbers. That means we will multiply this by 100. So the concept is very simple. We just see how many recurring numbers are there. Since in the first case we have 1, we multiplied by 10. We have 2 over here, so we multiplied it by 100. So what will happen if we have 3? So in the case of 3, we will multiply it by 1000. In the case of 4, we will multiply this by 10,000. So the concept is very simple. We will see the number of recurring places and we will multiply accordingly. So if we multiply it by 100, so we will get 47 by in 0.4747 and so on. We will consider this one to be equation number 2. What was the next step? The next step was to subtract equation 2 and equation 1. So 100x minus x will give you 99x and this will give you 47. From this we are basically getting 47 by 99 over here. So this is your answer. I hope this part is very clear to you. Let us go to the third one. Now let us start discussing about the third one. In the previous example we understood that if we simplify this one, we will have to multiply this by 100 because there are two decimal places, and in the not two decimal places, we have two recurring numbers. So what will happen in this particular case? Since we are getting 3, 4, the first step is to represent this in the expanded form. That means to represent the recurring number in its original form. We will consider this one to be x as we have already done in the previous lecture, and we will consider this one to be equation number 1. Now what is the next step to do? Now in the previous sum that we have already understood, since there are two recurring numbers, we multiplied this by 100, but in the previous sum we saw that there is no numbers before that recurring number. In this case we have this 1. What we will do with that 1? Now for that, let us multiply this with 10. So we are basically getting 1.343434 and so on. Let us consider this one to be equation number 2 and let us multiply the first equation, that means equation number 1, with 1000. So if you multiply this, we are getting 1000x is equals to, now if we are multiplying with 1000, we will shift the decimal place 3 places. That means we are basically getting 134.3434 and so on. So we are considering this one to be equation number 3. So we have already multiplied the original equation, that means the 1 with 10. So we got this one, and we have multiplied this by 1000. So we got this one. Now there is a question that you might have, that why we are multiplying with 10 and why we are multiplying with 1000. Now in this particular part and in this particular part, we are getting the same decimal part. Now you might also have a question. So in this part we are basically getting 3 34s over there. That means we are basically getting 343434 over there. In this we are only getting 2 times 34 over here. Remember that this is continuing. That means there are multiple numbers of the values 3434 and goes on. So it is an infinite value. So don't get confused while representing this as 3 times or while representing this as 2 times. Don't get confused with that part. Remember that it is everlasting. That means this is continuously going. Now if we subtract these two, that means 1000x, or basically we are writing 3 minus 2. If we subtract this, we are getting 990x is equals to 134 minus 1. So that is 133, which implies x is equals to 133 by 990. This is your answer. I hope you understood how to represent the recurring number in its rational form, that means in the form of p by q. These are the 3 different sums that I have discussed over here. This part, I hope that this is clear to you. Let's see you in the next video.